The Cuban Missile Crisis was a pivotal moment in the history of the Cold War, a time of heightened tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union. It was a dangerous standoff that lasted for 13 days and had the world on edge, as the two superpowers came dangerously close to nuclear war. In the early 1960s, the United States and the Soviet Union were locked in a Cold War, each trying to outdo the other in terms of military and technological superiority. The Soviet Union, under the leadership of Premier Nikita Khrushchev, saw an opportunity to gain an advantage by placing nuclear missiles in Cuba, just 90 miles from the U.S. mainland. The U.S. President, John F. Kennedy, was determined to stop this from happening. In October 1962, a U.S. spy plane discovered Soviet missile sites in Cuba, and Kennedy ordered a naval blockade of the island to prevent the Soviet Union from delivering more missiles. The Soviet Union responded by insisting that the missiles were for defensive purposes only and accused the U.S. of planning an invasion of Cuba. The situation became increasingly tense, with both sides preparing for war. Kennedy ordered the U.S. military to prepare for a potential invasion of Cuba, while Khrushchev ordered Soviet ships to challenge the U.S. blockade. On October 24, a Soviet ship carrying missiles approached the U.S. blockade line, and U.S. naval vessels were ordered to fire warning shots. For the next several days, the tension grew and finally, on October 28, Khrushchev agreed to remove the missiles from Cuba in exchange for a U.S. promise not to invade Cuba and to remove U.S. missiles from Turkey. The Cuban Missile Crisis was a defining moment in the history of the Cold War. It demonstrated how close the world had come to nuclear war and the importance of diplomacy in resolving conflicts. It also highlighted the need for arms control agreements between the U.S. and the Soviet Union, which eventually led to the signing of the Strategic Arms Limitation Treaty, SALT, in 1972.